Welcome back to our Fun Artifact Friday series.
I'm Dania.
And I'm Shaylin.
And today is National Refreshment Day. And what's more refreshing than an ice-cold bottle of fizzy pop? Today we'll be sharing some vintage pop bottles and cans from our collection. Let's go check it out.
Coca-Cola was invented by Dr. John Stith Pemberton in Atlanta, Georgia in 1886. Dr. Pemberton created the Coke syrup and paired it with sparkling water, thus creating a new sparkling beverage that was an immediate hit. Dr. Pemberton's partner and bookkeeper suggested the name Coca-Cola and penned the famous trademark in his own script handwriting. It was first sold for 5 cents a glass as a fountain drink at the local pharmacy. Coca-Cola went from only selling around 9 drinks a day in its first year in 1886 to soon being sold in every state by 1920.
Did you know that the iconic Coca-Cola bottle shape has been around since 1916? Coke invented and patented the iconic bottle shape in order to maintain their individuality and set themselves apart from the imitators, who were ruthless about trying to ride off of Coca-Cola's newfound popularity. So much so that when the bottle was drawn up and the patent signed, the Coca-Cola brand was never mentioned, so as to keep the design a top secret.
Here we have an original New Coke can from the 1980s. The can says New Taste on it, advertising that this beverage was much different to the classic Coca-Cola drink. New Coke was introduced in 1985 as a way to compete with Pepsi, but the public's negative reaction to the change in formula was so adverse that just 79 days after the launch of New Coke, they returned to the original recipe, cementing Coca-Cola's popularity in the drink industry.
The next bottle we have to share today is a Canada Dry Beverages bottle that was found on the shores of Gull Lake by 2 young boys. The story of how Canada Dry came to be begins in 1890 when a chemist from Toronto named John J. McLaughlin had started selling his own soda water. From there, he kept experimenting and developing new recipes until after 14 years he created the formula for his next product, Pale Ginger Ale. Over the years, Canada Dry's popularity was growing, but at a slow pace. Then, when Prohibition happened, suddenly Canada Dry sales skyrocketed. As it turned out, people loved Canada Dry not only by itself, but especially as a mixer for homebrew too. Canada Dry continued to innovate, eventually being the first ever major soft drink company to offer sugar-free drinks and to use cans rather than bottles.
Now we have some local pop bottles. This one is a glass bottle with a red and white label with Husky Beverages of Kirkland Lake written on it. Husky Beverages was located at 5 McCamus. This bottle has been in our collection since 1987. And here we have another Husky Beverages bottle. This one is green and has no label. The design is printed on the glass in white paint.
And lastly, we have some bottles from Trudel Beverages. Trudel's Bottling Works was a beverage manufacturing company located in Kirkland Lake sometime in the 1930s. The building was located at 7th Station Road, but the space it once occupied is now an empty lot.
And that concludes our Fun Artifact Friday.
Now you're one fact smarter. See you next week!